Hey all, this time I am going to be running through some dailies with a control deck of sorts. It's hard to describe because it's plays so many weird cards. Like it acts like a control deck with a bunch of burn spells and control spells like Dissipate, Alchemy, Devil's Play, Silent Departure, Snapcaster Mage. It also plays like these weird creatures like Geist of St. Traft and Highnoir Watchkeep. So you basically pretend like your control deck for the first two turns, and then you eventually put on a Geist. Well, Highnoir Watchkeep blocks, so it's easy to pretend your control deck with Watchkeep. Then eventually play a Geist or flip your Watchkeep, or equip a Pike with Snapcaster, and then just go to town and kill them in a couple turns. And you have Moorland Haunt as well for additional creature tokens for the Pikes. Two Moorland Haunts because you don't want to go make your mana too bad. And what's really cool about this deck, which is why I decided to preview it, it got third in a premier event recently, um, by Royal, who, if you've ever played in any block daily ever, every single round he advertises his blog, and he builds I like this deck a lot. He built it or modified it to his liking or whatever, and it's pretty cool. But most of the time he just takes existing archetypes and adds a few cards. And what's cool about this deck, which is why I'm like to preview it, which is why I'm playing it today, is the Burning Vengeance pack is in the sideboard. Which most Burning Vengeance decks are Rug for just Garrick and all the flashback cards. This one, having the Geist of St. Traft main board, makes them board in cards like Blasphemous Act or Rolling Trembler to get Geist, because they don't have any answer to it. Like, savvy players will just know you're bringing in Burning Vengeance in almost every matchup. But in some matchups you don't. You just kill them with Geist of St. Traft. And if you kill them with Geist in game 1, they'll bring in like the bad removal for it, like Liliana's or whatever, or Tributanger. And you just bring in Burning Vengeance, so you have like a transformative sideboard. And you have a bunch of flashback spells in the main deck already, so you can kill them with Burning Vengeance fairly reliably. And usually when I board in Burning Vengeance, I also keep in the Snapcasters and Pikes, because you can kill them very quickly with just Moorland Haunt tokens and Snapcaster Mages. But for the basic sideboard, the only time you don't side out the Geists is against the Delver deck, which is where you need them to erase. But against green-white, and control decks, you don't board them out against control decks. Against green-white, black-white, Boros, like all the aggro decks, you board in Burning Vengeance. Even against Splinter Fright, you also board in Burning Vengeance. But most of the time you kill them with a Spirit token. That Burning Vengeance is there for board control. And you have Blasphemous Act for all those token decks. Ancient Grudge to counteract the Witchbane Orbs in game 3, sometimes in game 2. And Dissipates for more control. The Parasolinis are kind of awkward because sometimes you need to bring them in conjunction with Burning Vengeance. So it's possible they should be Urgent Exorcisms. But being able to kill multiple Intangible Virtues or multiple Burning Vengeances, which is where you bring them in, you don't actually bring them in against Intangible Virtue decks. Being able to kill multiple Burning Vengeances on their board, since you don't bring in, if you can help it, you don't bring in Burning Vengeance. You don't try to out Burning Vengeance the dedicated Burning Vengeance decks. You just Geist of St. Traft them to death. But killing the Parasolini is very effective. It's a lot better than Urgent Exorcism, because it kills everything. I mean, that's the main premise of the deck. It's hard to put. It seems pretty simple in concept, but it plays very oddly, because you have a bunch of duels. Like, the mana is not very good in block, which is another reason I'm very excited that Evolving Wilds was spoiled earlier this week. I'm actually recording this Sunday after the pre-release, so I had to pre-release yesterday. And open some Evolving Wilds, and the art's real sweet, and I'm glad it's in block now. Because the mana base in this deck, for instance, is very bad. I'm playing a full set of Shimmering Grottos, and a bunch of come to play tap duels, and only 3 mountains, which is the only mountain that turns on both duels. Because you need more islands and mountains, because that's how you fix your mana, with the alchemies and the ravings. But I mean, that's the deck. We'll go through daily real quick, and we'll try showing it off. Hopefully go 4-0. That would be optimal. Keep up the streak. We've gone 4 in the last 2, even though the Splinter Fright one was not a daily. The black-white one was. So hopefully going 4-0 in this one would be nice. I mean, I went 4-0 a couple days ago with this deck. It has the potential. Like, it's a good deck. Sometimes it's just a little inconsistent with mana sometimes, which is a problem for every deck in block. But let's get on to the games. I'll stop dawdling about mana bases.